morning all of you. Today I am here to conduct mathematics grade 11 lesson, that is volume. Then volume is a very important lesson in our syllabus, and when considering this one, we can learn, right? We can learn different types of solids. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to remind all these objects in our syllabus, right, and their formulas. Then when finding the volume of these, we consider their measurements. That is very important. Then you can see that one. First one is the volume of cuboid. Then cuboid is a very important lesson. Then you can see here there are three measurements: length, breadth and height. When finding the volume of this cuboid, you have to multiply these three measurements, length by its breadth and by its height. Then you can see length and breadth. Length and breadth, another important part of here. When you multiply length and breadth of this solid, you can obtain the area of base. Then another way, that is we call as area of cross section, right? Why we call it as a cross section? When you are finding the volume of this type of uniform objects, you have to use cross sectional area. That is very important. Okay. Now you can see here length and breadth multiplying, you can obtain the base, right? That blue color part you can see, that is the base. Then area of cross section is the length into breadth and multiply the height of the cuboid, right? So then you can find the volume of this cuboid. That is very simple part. Now going to talk about another one. This one also another very important uniform object, that is we called as the triangular prism. Then there are the different types of prisms we have. Then this one is a triangular prism, but in our syllabus we have only triangular prism. Then here considering this triangular part, that is the cross section of this prism. Then if you can find the area of this triangular part, you can find the volume of this prism, right? Then you can see that red part, that is a cross section. Then cross section when multiply length and its breadth, you can find the volume of that. Okay, then cross section, it is a triangular part. I told you that is a triangular part. How we find the area of the triangular part? We have to multiply base of that triangle and perpendicular height of it and divide that value by 2. Then you can take the area of the cross section, half into base into perpendicular height. And after finding the cross sectional area of this prism, you can multiply that one by the length of the prism, right? Okay. Then now going to find the volume of this triangular prism. We can write it as area of cross section into length. What is area of cross section? It is a triangular part area and multiply the length of that prism. That is very simple. Why? This one also uniform object. Then first one we learn, that is a cuboid. Now second going to learn, then it is triangular prism. Okay. Then these are very important. Follow the same method to find the volume of that type of uniform objects. Okay. Now look at this one. Another very important object in our syllabus, that is volume of a cylinder, right? Volume of a cylinder. Then when considering the cylinder, you can see three faces, two circular parts and one curved part. Then circular part, that is base and the upper side of this, and you can see that is the height of the cylinder. It is the height of this cylinder, right? Then here also there is a cross sectional part. What is that cross section? when you are finding the volume of cylinder, then you have to multiply area of cross section into height. What is the area of this cross section? What is it? Cross sectional area mean it is the area of this base. Base is a circular part. So, when finding the area of the base, you have to multiply, right? You have to take, you can take phi r squared as the formula. Phi r squared is the area of the circle, and when multiply that value by height of the cylinder, then you can obtain the volume. That is very easy. Okay, then you can write, now you can see that one, that is the base of this, that is a green color part, right? That is the base O, sometimes we call it as a area of cross section anyway, right? Then area of cross section phi r squared mean it is a circular part, therefore we take the area of that one by phi r squared and multiply it by height of the cylinder h. So, volume of cylinder you can obtain phi r squared h, that is a formula, direct you can apply, right? But sometimes when you are finding the volume, we do not have some formulas. Now, example, triangular prism, right? It is a method, but here when finding the volume of cylinder, you have the formula. Formula is phi r squared h, that is the formula. Okay, then next another important one, that is volume of pyramid, right? Keep in your mind that is not the uniform object, but when you are finding the volume of this object, that means pyramid, we use some uniform object, right? Then that practical part you can do in your school also, right? Then you can see that pyramid and cuboid here, right? That pyramid placed on the place in the cuboid, and we can take that pyramid part separate. So, when considering the pyramid part and that cuboid and their height, now here perpendicular height of the pyramid, right? Okay, then you can see that one, that is the perpendicular height of this pyramid, and that is the area of the base, right? Okay, then perpendicular height of the pyramid and the height of this cuboid both are same, right? Therefore, the vertex of this pyramid is contact with the upper surface of that cuboid, right? Then this one is the base, it is a square base, especially we call it as a square base pyramid, right? The base is a square shape, then length of the base. Now, you can see when finding the volume of pyramid, when you are finding the volume of pyramid, what is the method we used? 1/3 of volume of cuboid. That is very important, right? That is some practical part, you can do that one in your school lessons also. Volume of pyramid you can obtain how? 1/3 of the volume of cuboid. What is that? Volume of cuboid mean that one. Then you can see that I told you height of that cuboid and height of this pyramid both are same, right? After making these two objects, right, with same base, you can find the volume of pyramid. How? Volume of pyramid is equal to 1/3 of volume of cuboid, right? Then you can do that one in your school as a practical, right? Then next one. Here, look at here, when finding the volume of pyramid, right? Same part here, volume of pyramid. I told you 1/3 of it, we have to multiply by volume of cuboid, right? Then that is equal to 1/3 volume of cuboid. Then we already know how we find the volume of cuboid. So, then we can obtain that one, length into breadth into height. Length into breadth into height, it is the way finding the volume of cuboid. Then if you can find that volume of cuboid, when we take the 1/3 of it, then it is the volume of pyramid. Then we know that. Okay, now look at the next one. This length and breadth considering, you can see that one, length and breadth. These two multiplying, you can obtain area of the base. Area of the base what? Area of the base pyramid, right? So, area of the base multiply with perpendicular height. Height is the value of cuboid, but when considering, when taking that one to the pyramid, we take it as a perpendicular height, right? Here there are two types of heights in pyramid, no? So therefore we have to give some special name for them. So first one is perpendicular height. Another height you have in pyramid, that is slant height, right? Okay, then volume of a pyramid, you can take how 1/3 into area of the base and perpendicular height. I will explain again. Look at here. When finding the volume of pyramid, why we explain that one again, that is very important part. Reason it is not the uniform object. So therefore, when finding the volume of this one, we have to multiply the 1/3 of the 1/3 and volume of the cuboid. Then you can see volume of the cuboid mean the product of three measurements, length, breadth and height. Length and breadth multiplying, you can obtain area of the base. Then base mean it is the square part of the pyramid, sometimes may be the rectangular part, that is depend on that figure. So an area of the base and perpendicular height multiplying, you can obtain the volume of a pyramid. Then it is 1/3 area of the base into perpendicular height. Okay, then next one, very important figure. In your textbook, you can see when finding the surface area of this one, that mean surface area of what is that, cone, you have to use, right, you have to use some methods. But when finding the volume of cone, that is very easier than to surface area. Then you can see that one. Here also you can see two heights. They are perpendicular height. It is the line drawn from the center of the base, that is a circular part, and vertex of this cone, right, and height of the cylinder. Here also same, right, cylinder is a uniform object. Then therefore, if you place that cone inside the cylinder, right, the perpendicular height of this cone and the height of the cylinder, these both are same. Perpendicular height of the cone and the height of the cylinder, these both are same. Okay, then this one is the radius of the base, that is represented by simple r. These are the permanent letters we use to represent these values. Perpendicular height normally we represent by simple h. Radius of the any circular part represented by r, right. Okay, then here also same method like pyramid. Then you can see that is the r, right, r of the top base of that cylinder, that means cross sectional area. Then considering this base of the cone and the base of the cylinder, these both should be same, and height of the perpendicular height of the cone and the height of the pyramid, height of the cylinder also same. So therefore, now next step, now you can see the slant height. I told you the last, there are two types of heights, perpendicular height and the slant height, right. Then when finding the volume of cone, we have to multiply 1 over 3 by the volume of cylinder, right. Then same method we use to pyramid also. What is volume of pyramid? 1 over 3 into volume of cuboid. Now, we can apply that same method for this one also. What is it? Volume of a cone equal 1 over 3 into volume of cylinder, right. Then according to that one, 1 over 3, right, then multiply by 5r squared h. What is 5r squared h? We learned that one. 5r squared h mean it is the formula that we use to find the volume of cylinder. Then 1 over 3 multiply by 5r squared, you can obtain the volume of cone. Volume of a cone, it is equal to 1 over 3 5r squared, right. These are very important part of the syllabus, right. Another one, that is another important solid. Here there are no any vertices or edges, there is only one surface, that is sphere, right. Here we can measure the radius of this one, it is r, and look at here, that is we called as the circumscribed cylinder. What is circumscribed cylinder? When considering the radius of the sphere, and if you multiply that radius by 2, you can obtain the diameter of this sphere. Then diameter of the sphere and the cylindrical part of that, considering height of that cylindrical part and the diameter of this sphere, both are same, right. So, if you can make that type of cylindrical part, that is we call as the circumscribed cylinder. Then if you place that sphere inside that circumscribed cylinder, right, that sphere contact with the base of the cylinder and the upper part of the cylinder also, right. Then what is this? Now this one is a conical part. Then cone. What is cone? Cone mean, if consider this circumscribed cylinder, here you can see that circumscribed cylinder, there are some blank spaces, right. So when finding the volume of this one, how we find that volume? You can put some sands inside this circumscribed cylinder, and after that can remove the spherical part, and after collecting that sand, that volume is equal to cone volume, volume of the cone. So now you can see that one method, volume equal 4 over 3 5 r cube. There is another long method to find that volume. I will explain that, how we get that value, 4 over 3 5 r cube, how we get that. Here volume of this spherical part, that means sphere, and the volume of this cone, considering the volume of them when adding, that is should equal to the volume of cylinder. You can make that one. Here radius of the sphere r, radius of the base radius of the cylinder also r, base radius of the cone also r. Then here per diameter, right, here diameter you can take by 2r, then considering this cylinder height 2r and cone perpendicular height 2r, right. So if you can make this type of 3 objects, you can do that practical part in your school. And then after simplifying, what is the method we follow? Volume of the sphere plus volume of the cone, that value is equal to volume of the circumscribed cylinder. Or another way, volume of the sphere, it is equal to volume of the circumscribed cylinder minus volume of the cone. Then volume you can take as 4 over 3 5 r cube. Okay. Now, after reminding all these questions, right, after reminding all these questions, now we are going to talk about practice questions, right, going to talk about practice questions related to these all the solids. Then I will remind again, now we already know how we find the volume of cuboid and how we find the volume of cone, cylinder, triangular prism and sphere. These are very important subject in our syllabus. And here cuboid, triangular prism, cylinder, right, and cube, these are we call as uniform object. Then I told you why we take them as a uniform object. Cone and pyramid, they are not cone, pyramid and sphere, right, they are not uniform object. Therefore, when finding the volume of them, we have to do some practical part to get the value, right. I told this all the part in last, right. Okay, now going to talk about practice questions. Here, that is a question, 8 solid metal spheres of radius 7 centimeter was melted and casted a sphere of the r centimeter. Find the value of r, then inside the bracket they given us, assume there was no waste of metal. That means no any waste of metal. They melt some 8 solid spheres and make sphere of r centimeter, right. After melting the 8 solid spheres, make some another sphere with r centimeter. Okay, then you can see that is the sphere, right, small one, and multiplied by 8. What is the radius of this one? The small one, it is 7 centimeter. Then 7 centimeter multiply by 8. Why we multiply 8? Here there are 8 solids. There are 8 solids. Then you can obtain volume of this sphere. What is it? It is the larger one, radius r. Now what they ask in question? They ask find the value of this r. Then you can suggest a method. You know that, right? They given us hint. What is the hint they given us? Assume there was no waste of metal. So that is the hint they given us to do this question. Then you can apply that one to find the answer of this. Then according to that part, that statement, we can get some idea volume of these 8 spherical parts, it is equal to volume of this sphere. Okay. Now you can see volume of 8 small spheres, that is equal to volume of large sphere. Volume of 8 small spheres, it is equal to volume of large spheres. Okay. Then considering the small sphere, we know that the radius of this one is 7 centimeter. When finding the volume of the sphere, we want only one measurement. What is it? Radius. So 4/3 5 r squared. Here r value is 7 centimeter in small sphere, and when multiplied by 8, 5 r squared multiplied by 8, you can obtain volume of the large sphere. Then what is it? 4/3 5 r cube. Here r mean the given value r. In small sphere r mean 7 centimeter, right. Then we take the some equation, right. Look at the next one. Now you can write that 7 centimeter instead of the r of in small sphere. Then 4/3 5 into 7 cube, right, into 8. Why we multiply it by 8? Here there are 8 solids. They given us that. There are 8 solids. Then you can obtain 4/3 5 r cube Here r mean radius of the large sphere. Okay. Now look at here, 4/3 phi and 4/3 phi in both sides you can cancel. Then after cancelling these two parts, remain 7 cube into 8 into, right, and r cube. Then 7 cube into 8 equal to r cube. Okay. Then finding the r of this one, we can follow different type of methods. Sometimes you can take the 7 cube value and multiply it by 8 and after can find the answer. Or another method you can use, using the powers indices also can find the answer. Now look at this, what is my next step? 7 cube when multiplied by then 8 you can write as 2 cube, 8 you can write 2 cube, 7 cube into 2 cube, 2 to the power 3, then r to the power 3. Okay, then we arrange this all the terms, right, we arrange this all the terms with powers, right, with index 3, right, we arrange this all the terms as a power, right, with index 3. Okay. Then now look at this. These all the indices are same. We know the method, that is we learn in basic part of the logarithm, right. You already learned that part. You can remove these all the indices and you can make another expression like, what is it? 7 cube into 2 cube into r cube. After removing that indices of them, and you can make 7 into 2 into r like. Okay. Now 7 into 2, what is the value? It is 14 centimeter. 14 centimeter it is equal to r. Then what is 14 centimeter? 14 centimeter is the radius of this sphere, the large one. That is the thing they asked for us, right. Now here 7 centimeter was melted, then casted a sphere of the r centimeter, no? Right. So r value is 14 centimeter. Okay. Then now after that question, now we are going to move some O-level questions, right. Now we are going to move some O-level questions. Then you can see that paper ordinary level 2009, right. It is not the new syllabus question, right, that is a parts syllabus question, does not matter, same type, right. Then first read that one, that is very important, right. When you are doing the revision related to any lesson, very important, you have to do, right, you have to do these questions related to O-level exam. Then read this question. A conical shaped glass vessel of base radius r centimeter and height 12 centimeter was kept as shown in the figure and filled with water. Then you can see that glass here, that is the glass. Then it is filled with water, right, up to maximum level. And 12 centimeter is the perpendicular height of that one, that is very important, right. Then they noted that is a perpendicular height. I told you there are two heights of conical cone shape, right, then slant height and the perpendicular height, but when finding the volume we use the perpendicular height. So therefore 12 centimeter is for perpendicular height and radius can take as r centimeter. Okay. Now what they ask? They ask, first question, show that the volume of water in the glass vessel is 4 pi r squared cubic centimeter. That they ask in first question. They ask the volume of that cone by this expression. That is very simple. The next one, number 2, the water in the vessel is now poured into an empty cubic shaped vessel that has a square base of side a centimeter. The water in the vessel is now poured into an empty cubic shape vessel. Now we are going to pour that water volume to another cubic shape vessel. Then the base of that one is a centimeter, simple a, the symbol, right, simple a centimeter. The water fills the cubic shape vessel up to a height of b centimeter. After pouring that water volume to that cuboid, that height ups to b centimeter, right. It is not filled completely, that water level ups to height b centimeter. And they are show that a squared equal 4 phi r squared over b, that part they ask, okay, that part they ask. Right. Now look at the third one, taking that 4 phi equal 12.56, r equal 9.57 and b equal 18, and using logarithmic tables find the value of a squared to the nearest whole number and then obtain the value of a. Right. Why they asked to simplify this one by log table? Reason, here there are very complex simplifications. There are some decimal values and some lot of difficult values. So therefore, when finding the value of this type of expression, we can use the log table. Okay, that is the last part. Right. Now we can discuss one by one this question, right. Okay. Now look at the first one. They said the conical shaped glass vessel of base radius r centimeter and height 12 centimeter was kept as shown in the figure and filled with water. Okay. Then show that the volume of water in the glass vessel is 4 phi r squared cubic centimeter. That is the first question they ask from us, right. That is a cone, you can see that is a glass, right, that the white color one. Okay. Then when finding the water volume of the glass, it is equal to 1 over 3 phi r squared h. We already learned that one, right. Now it is a glass with a conical shape cone, but when finding the volume of that one, we use the 1 over 3 phi r squared. They ask about what is the water volume of this one, water volume, right. Then next step, 1 over 3 phi r squared into height. What is the height of this cone? It is 12 centimeter, right. Now here the pi value we know that, right. Normally if we take that one value as a 22 over 7, sometimes we take the decimal value of that one as 3.14 anyway, but here they not ask that value. Why? In last answer they are asked to show 4 phi r squared, then phi is there. So therefore not need to write any value instead of pi. So then 1 over 3 phi r squared, then you can take 12 into, then 3 and 12 you can cancel by 3, then what is the answer? 3 times 1, 3 times 4, it is 12. So answer is 4 phi r squared cubic centimeter, right, cubic centimeter, right. Okay, that is the way finding the volume of this cone. That is very simple part, right, very simple part. Okay. Then what the next one? Then what is it? The water in the vessel is now poured into an empty cubic shape vessel that has a square base of side a centimeter. The water fills the cubic shape vessel up to height of b centimeter. Then they ask to show a squared equal 4 phi r squared over b, right. Then you can see that cone, that is a glass. Then now look at here, that is the cuboid. Then after pour that water volume, water amount to this cube, it is goes up to B centimeter, right. That means it is not completely filled with that water volume. So, that it is goes up to B centimeter, right. Then next step, water volume of the cuboid, right. Water volume of the cuboid you can obtain by water volume of the cone. Both are same, no. Why? We poured that same water volume to that cuboid also. Then water volume of the cone and the water volume of that cuboid also same, right. So, water volume of the cuboid, it is equal to water volume of the cone, right. Then how we find the water volume of the cuboid? The method is, we know that the simple one, again I will explain that, length into breadth into height into then that is, we know that water volume of the glass, we already found that one in last question, in question number 1, water volume of that glass as 4 phi r squared. So, water volume of the cuboid, length into breadth into height equal to 4 phi r squared, right. Why? Both volumes are same. Then here, now look at this, length of that cube, it is A, breadth also A, and height is B. Here we take the height of the water level, not the height of cube, right. We consider the height of the water level, that is we can take as B, right. That is we can take as B, and it is equal to 4 phi r squared, 4 phi r squared. So, A into B equal to 4 phi r squared, right. Then now again you can write this as a power A to the power 2, it is equal to 4 phi r squared over B, that is the thing they asked to show, right. Then we can take it as A squared equal 4 phi r squared over B, then that is we can take as like, then A squared equal 4 phi r squared over B. Then I will explain that part again, right. That is a O-level equation, therefore, then that is a cone, right, completely filled with water. Then we pour that water volume to that cuboid, that height of the water goes up to B centimeter. So, therefore, we can make some relation, what is that? Water volume of the cuboid equal to water volume of the cone, right. Okay. Then water volume of the cuboid, it is length into breadth into height, but here height should be the height of the water level, not the height of cube, that is very important, that keep in your mind. Then so, therefore, length into breadth into height, then you can take it as A into B, it is 4 phi r squared. Then A into A to the power 2, B you can take to other side by cross multiplication, then 4 phi r squared over B. That is the way find in the answer of second one. Okay. Then third, that is another important part, right. What is it? Taking that 4 phi value as 12.56, R value as 9.57 and B value as 18 centimeter, and using logarithmic table find the value of A to the power 2 to the nearest whole number and then obtain the value of A. They asked to take the value of A to the power 2 by the log table, then after find the value of A. First you had to find the A to the power 2 to the nearest whole number, then after you have to obtain the value of A, right. Then A to the power 2 equal 12.56. Now we are going to write the given values instead of these unknown terms, right. 12.56 is the 4 phi value into R value is 9.57 to the power 2 divided by B value, it is 18 centimeter, and using logarithmic table find the value of A. They asked to take the value of A to the power 2 to the nearest whole number, then after find the value of A, right. Then B value, it is 18 centimeter. Right. Then after applying log for these both side, log a to the power 2 equal log 12.56 plus 2 log 9.57 minus log 18. What is that? That is the method, right? These are the laws of logarithm we apply for do this part, right? Log 12.56 plus 2 log 9.57. Then if they given us any power, that index we can take before the log part, so we can write this one as 2 log 9.57. And multiplication we can write as addition according to the laws of logarithm, and this division you can write as subtraction. So this expression again we can write by this way. Keep in your mind, when you are doing these questions in O-level exam, you should write these steps, right? That is very important. Then in that paper they allocated some marks for this all the steps. Therefore you have to do this. That is very important. Right. Next one. Log value 12.56 value 1.0990. That value you can find by the log table, right? You have to refer the log table, then you can find that value. And next step, 2 multiply by 0.9809. What is 0.9809? It is the log value of 9.57 and multiply it by 2, right? And subtract 1.2553. That is the log value of 18. Right. Now next step. Now you can follow any method to simplify that part, but follow my method. It is 1.8055. It is a to the power 2 equal, next step, anti-log of 1.8055. How we get that 1.8055? You have to you have to add these two first, then subtract the 1.2553 from that value, can obtain the value as 1.8055. Now after taking that value, you have to find the anti-log of that. Okay, then the anti-log value of that one can obtain, that is that when finding that value also, you have to follow the log table. Then it is answer 63.9. But in this question they will ask, find the value of a to the power 2 to the nearest whole number. But it is a decimal value, no? By taking that one as a nearest whole number, it is a to the power 2 equal 64. Right. So a equal 8 centimeter. Right. Then a to the power 2, it is 64. You can find the value of a by square root of 64, or 64 you can write as a power 8 to the power 2, right? Anyway, can obtain the value of a as 8 centimeter, right? That is the way finding the answers of that question. Then after we are going to talk about another practice question. They are not in all papers, right? These are in another question part. Practice questions again, right? Here there are two questions, you can see A and B. Look at the first one. The radius of the right circular cylinder is 7 centimeter and its height 15 centimeter. If the container filled with water to 10 centimeter, find the volume of the water of the cylinder, right? That is the first question. Then number 2, B part, 18 small metal spheres with radius a centimeter are completely immersed in the above container. If the water H equal 24A cube over 49 of the container is increased by H centimeter, show that this one, right? They have to show H equal 24A cube over 49. right. Okay, again, what they asked to take h of this water level as 24a cube over 49. Okay, now look at the part A of this question. The radius of the right circular cylinder is 7 centimeter and its height is 15 centimeter. If the container filled with water to 10 centimeter, find the volume of the water of cylinder. That is the way asked, right. Okay, now you can see that is that cylindrical part. Radius of that one is 7 centimeter and height of this one 15 centimeter. These all the values they given us in question, right. Then now here this water volume you can see that in cylinder, that is a blue color one, it is the 10 centimeter, it is 10 centimeter. Okay. Then next step, when you are finding the volume of this water, right, water volume of this container, it is equal to 5r squared h. What is h of this one? H mean height of that cylindrical part, but considering this figure you can see that one 15 is the height of the cylinder, 10 is the height of the water level. 15 is the height of the cylinder, 10 is the height of the water level. Then therefore you can obtain that value by multiplying 5 value you can take as 22 over 7 and r squared, r value 7 into 7, h value 10 centimeter. Then you can multiply 7 and 7, you can cancel. Answer can obtain then at last 154 into 10. Next step 1540 cubic centimeter. That is the water volume of this cylindrical part. Okay. Part B, it is 18 small metal spheres with the radius a centimeter are completely immersed in the above container. If the water of the container increase by h centimeter, show that this value. They asked to show this one. Okay, now look at here, you can see these small squares, small spheres and large one, and here cylinder. Okay, now what happened? When you are immersing these all the spheres, that water level goes up to h centimeter, right, that is h centimeter. Okay. Then increase water volume, that increased water volume we know that height of that increased water volume it is h, then it is equal to volume of 18 sphere. That is the reason after immersing these spheres that water level goes up to h centimeter. Then increased water volume you can take as 5r squared, reason it is the cylindrical part, and volume of 18 spheres you can take 4 over 3 5a cube into 18. Right. The next one 3 and 18 you can cancel by 3. Then next step 5 r of the small spheres it is 7 centimeter into height. What is height? Height is the increased water level height, then equal to 24 5a cube. 4 into 6, 4 and 6 multiplying 24 5a cube you can obtain. Then h equal 24 5a cube over 5 into h, sorry 5 into 7 to the power 2. Then 5 and 5 value cancel, next step, h equal 24a cube over 49. 7 to the power 2 you can take as 49, right? That is the second part. That is the second part, right? Okay. Now, I think you learn a lot of part related to this volume. Today we discuss about some part, how we find the volume of the spheres and how we get the volume of the uniform objects, right? And how we get the volume of other cone and pyramid also, right? Then after we discuss some questions related to that one by that lesson by some oral papers and some practices questions, right? Then keep in your mind, you can see, you can watch these all the lessons and YouTube channel NIE, right? If you miss some lessons, you can see these you can watch all these lessons channel NIE YouTube channel, right? Thank you very much.